because whatever the topic we are hearing, it is like a too much. Sometimes with the name only we get phobia. अच्छा ये है इतना टफ होगा इतना, but you guys have made so simple, crisp, and very interactive and very nice, and we feel like to attend the one more session. So I feel that I'm expecting coding also become a very easy from your end, and whatever we are going to learn, we will learn immediately. So this is only the reason to join this coding.
Wow. Thank you so much, Aarti, for your honest feedback. And yes, we are equally excited to bring the coding course, which we are calling Code with THT, and help all you educators understand that what is this coding all about. And the entire world is talking about teaching coding to students and also learning coding. So why is it really necessary, and is it difficult, or what is it? What is it all about? So it's a small attempt where from our side to bring this entire course forward, where we have, again, as Aarti pointed out rightly, broken it down into very, very small segments to make it absolutely interactive and to make it absolutely simple for all our educators and learners as well. And this is also, I think, an exciting opportunity for all those educators who would like to then learn coding and take it back in a way wherein you want to open your own academy, or you want to start your own training, or you want to take tuition. So this becomes like an additional revenue generation income, where during your holidays, summer holidays, Diwali vacation, you can run a short coding camp for your students, like a 1-week camp or a 15-day camp, and create that kind of opportunity for yourself as well, because the knowledge that you're going to be getting from THT, that's something which is going to be very useful for you to share, as well as to become a coach to teach. So that is the underlying factor, where when we divided the course into smaller segments, we made sure that whichever teacher takes whichever segment should be empowered enough to be able to take it back and be confident enough to start his or her own coding academy or coding classes. Thank you so much, Ahan. And yeah, it is always our endeavor to bring to our educators, courses and professional development sessions, which are of relevance, which are of value, and which are also affordable for all our educators, because we know that being an educator myself, I know how every penny is earned. So yes, I truly value each and every penny of our educators. And yeah, it would be lovely to in fact provide these courses for free, provided we receive some CSR funding. But till then, of course, it will be on a chargeable basis. So just to begin, I have my team member here, Nitin, who is also going to be with me in the orientation, in giving the orientation. But before Nitin steps in, there's a small short presentation that I have made, which I would like to share my screen for. Just allow me to share my screen. Just a moment, I'll just take a moment. I think I'm facing the same issue again. Nitin, would it be possible for you to share the presentation? Because I've already made you the co-host.
Yes, just a minute. I'm sharing it.
Yeah. So keep the replies coming in the chat box. It's nice to know, who is attending and why. And also, as rightly pointed out, it's curiosity, or it's something that you want to take forward. So do keep the comments coming in the chat box. And we are just about to begin with the presentation. Before we actually begin talking about it, just a brief few slides about what coding is all about, and is it really that difficult?
Just a minute.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think so. It's loading still. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Shalina, you happen to be a tutor as well. Oh, wonderful. Then I think this would be added feather if you were to enroll for the course, wherein apart from tutoring the subjects that you're already doing, you could also offer coding as a subject, because it's also one of the principles where we operate, where we want each and every educator to be empowered in the truest possible way. You want to take it forward, wonderful. So Aarti is asking whether we can afterwards introduce. Of course, you can become a coding teacher for your school. You can start taking, students for coding sessions, or you could even become a coding trainer for other teachers. So every module that we have designed has been designed in a manner that you will be able to take this knowledge forward. And I'm sure by the end of this orientation, you will be able to get answers to all your queries. And I'm thankful to you for asking these queries in the chat box. Great. You completed the AR course offered by THT. Yes. How can I incorporate in English? It is fun. Absolutely. The AR course is something that we felt that, oh my God, it might be a little too much for our educators. But believe me, when we started off the course and we took it module by module, chapter by chapter, with the video recorded lessons, it was absolutely easy to go ahead with it together. Yeah. Nitin, any problem with it? Should I try again?
I think so. I'm facing some issues at my end.
Okay, let me just try again. Just a moment. I'm sorry for this delay. I will just take a moment and begin with the presentation by sharing the screen. Yes, Aarti, just a moment. I don't know why I'm not able to open that, but yeah. Try it again. Yeah. Now, hopefully we should be able to check it out. Let's see. Sharing the screen. Yeah. Okay, got it. Are you all able to see the presentation? Not yet. Yes? No? Aarti says yes. All good, Nitin?
I can see your screen, not
The presentation is not on, but the screen is on. You can just open the presentation from there.
The presentation is open, but I don't know why it's not showing.
I think so. There's a big delay in that.
Yeah, I am facing some issues with my laptop, but I can see it on my screen. It's running, it's sharing, but it's not being shown. Resume share. Okay, let's. So it's on my mailbox, but I have downloaded, I had kept it ready, but it's not opening. So is it okay? Is this visible? Can we move ahead with this if that's fine with all of you? Yep. Okay, I'm sorry about this goof up. I don't know why I'm not able to open the presentation and share the screen at the same time. It's some glitch that my laptop probably is being overused today. So yeah, so to begin with, we have the course that we have been talking about, and of course, the community that we have on Facebook, WhatsApp, and even the website that we have. We've been able to reach out to more than 12,000 educators. We just crossed 12,000 educators, in fact, last month. And it's only with support of educators like you that we are able to reach out to more and more and more educators, because the more educators we will be able to reach out to, the more reasonable will be the costing of our ticket cost of all our courses. So that's something that goes without saying. And it is always our endeavor to bring to our educators some of the best curated courses in association with various organizations, as well as some of the courses which are going to be curated by our own THT members. So to move forward, what is the recent trends that we have been seeing today in the past 8 months that we have been teaching virtually, and we have been connected virtually. We all know we've been reading so many articles on edtech companies mushrooming and booming. All this speaks about the recent trends in education, and I believe that as educators it becomes important to be aware of where the industry is going and what are the changes that are going to come, because that also helps you to become aware as to what is it that you need to do, and where is it that you need to spend your time in. Because I truly believe that technology is here to stay. And I'm not saying that technology is going to replace teachers. No, that's never going to happen. But teachers without the knowledge of technology, that's something which is going to be dangerous for schools now, because they would want their educators and they would want teachers who are role models to be updated with when it comes to technology. So we have seen a rise in online academies, and online courses have almost become very common now, because it kind of saves time, it's interactive, you're learning, and at the same time you feel that, you know, it's something which is convenient for everyone. So we've definitely seen a big huge rise in the online academies that have come up recently. And that's also a good trend, because that ensures that you know, we all educators are learning and we are upgrading ourselves continuously. Also, the NEP states that you know, when it's going to be implemented after 2 years, teacher professional development is something which is going to be of a lot of emphasis, and around 50 hours is what is going to be dedicated for teacher professional development. So every teacher will have to invest those 50 hours in upgrading their skills. We've also seen how AR and VR has stepped in augmented reality and virtual reality, where we also did a free course in augmented reality, which we just got done with a few days back, where 145 teachers took up the challenge, 21-day challenge of learning all about augmented reality and making their own 3D models. We are also having a contest where teachers will be uploading their 3D models and sharing it with us. So this is something which is catching up big time, and this has also been proven to increase the learning outcomes in a classroom, the use of AR and VR. We are still not that much as AR. So we are looking at AR stepping into not all subjects. I would not say that AR can be incorporated in all subjects, but yes, definitely where 3D models play a huge role, especially in the higher grades, science, math, and engineering, even for some, even English. It is going to be very useful for educators to learn AR and try making your own 3D models and bring that learning into use for your learners. Because I believe that you know, when you portray to your learners the knowledge that you have gained, you know, probably in this pandemic, or even what you're learning, you're sharing continuously with your learners. So your learners also feel that, oh my God, you know, my teacher knows all about AR, or my teacher knows this. And we've also got feedback from some of the teachers where they have come back and they have you know, told us that my students are very curious to know how am I learning all these things, from where am I learning all these things. So you know, that was in fact you know, a good testimonial for us, where we felt that, wow, if your students are admiring what you have learned, which means that, yeah, I think, you know, we are doing something which is great and which is impacting more and more educators. So I'm not saying that, you know, you need to learn only with THT. You could be learning anywhere on with any platform, but if you're investing in yourself, I think that's something that is the need of the hour right now for all of us. Internet of Things, of course, you know, we've all seen how things have been connected by internet, and I think it has become the fourth basic necessity after roti kapra makan. It's the internet. One day your internet or your Wi-Fi doesn't work, and there's, you know, halla gulla in the whole house. You know, children can't attend classes, we can't do our work. Life almost comes to a standstill, especially in the pandemic, without internet. So Internet of Things actually refers to the whole interconnected system. It's a simple example would be the smart watch that you wear, which records your heartbeat, you know, the number of steps you have taken, your exercise. It gives you the alarm that, you know, how many steps you need to take, or it's like a complete integrated system which is in sync with your phone or your laptop, and it allows you to at a glimpse to get all the information that you seek. So these are some of the examples of Internet of Things where everything comes together, everything gets integrated into one particular device, and it gives you the required information that you seek. Another example that I can give is of, you know, when you're booking your ticket, or for example, you know, you book your ticket through Make My Trip, and how Make My Trip is then processes it and, you know, sends you the message and sends you the ticket. So it's all done through a click of a button, and it's all the AI that operates and then also sends you suggestions that, okay, you have traveled here, now next travel that you could take up is so and so destination. So it all records your behavior, and that behavior gets stored, and that's how you get suggestions. And you know, those kind of ads that you see is because of the behavior, and also because of the browsing that you do constantly on the internet. So it's all connected by the Internet of Things. Even our household appliances, our vehicles, you know, nowadays it's like before you even sit into your vehicle, you have the option of turning on the aircon so that your car cools down. Similarly with our household equipments, where, you know, you can turn on the aircon, you can have things started off even before you reach your destination or your house. So now, how is this connected with coding? Why are we talking about this, and why are we not talking about coding? Well, coding, we're talking about coding as a skill, and we're not talking about, you know, making children turn into calculators. We are not wanting to do that. We are only looking at, you know, getting them aroused into logical thinking, computational thinking, and making them a mathematical thinker. So that's the whole basis of teaching children coding. And if we as educators or as parents understand that, then it becomes easier for us to look at our own child, or to look at our learners and understand whether it's really meant for them or it's not meant for them. Because I'm not saying that coding is the only way to develop these logical skills and computational skills. There are many other ways you can develop these skills, but coding is one of the most interactive and interesting way in which you can build on the mathematical skills of your child. So that's what coding is all about. Now, coding focuses upon some of the major skills, which is reasoning, logical, designing, critical communication. And all these skills we all know are also called as the, what are these skills called? They're called the 21st century skills. And coding definitely focuses upon all these skills, because we've realized that too often we give children answers to remember rather than problems to solve. And coming to think about a problem, I have one problem for all of you, which I have created a poll for. And that problem is based on logical thinking, purely logic. And it is just to give an example that coding is not to create that, you know, the buzz. It's not about letting the world know that, oh my God, you know, my child is also learning. Or, oh my God, my child is not learning coding, so what is going to happen? You know, nothing is going to happen. It's going to be all right. You know, it's not necessary to learn coding. It's completely okay if your child is developing these skills using other methods, or using some, you know, probably spending time and doing something else, maybe creating models, maybe something else. So it's absolutely fine. In fact, I would say that, you know, coding is one thing where, you know, if you have the time, you can even learn it all by yourself. But it's just that, you need to be guided from time to time. And once you're able to do master that, you have mastered coding. Now, coming to think of the problem, I would just like to share my poll. And you are my polling device. Okay. I'm going to share the poll. It says you're logged out, so you can't poll. I don't know why. So I will share the poll. And since we are talking about coding, it also becomes important for all of us to understand that what is it in for us educators? I mean, why should we educators learn coding, right? Now, up till the new education policy came, it was really not required. But since in the new education policy, it has been stated that especially the children of the higher grades from grade 5 onwards, coding is something that is going to be introduced in school to create that culture of creative thinking, and also to help our learners become innovative and creators rather than consumers. So that's about it. So that makes it important for all educators, because every time there's a change in the schooling system, or there's a change in the curriculum, it falls on the teachers. It falls on the teacher's shoulder to actually pick that skill and be able to showcase it in the classroom. So every time there's going to be every 3 years, every 2 years, in fact not even 2 years now, every 6 months, the changes that we are seeing in the education system, it becomes imperative for educators to be at par with those changes. And hence, there are educators who are wanting to learn coding, and that is what made us think that why not come up with our coding course, which we will where we will be able to break it down into smaller segments and present it in smaller bites, in a way that you will not feel overwhelmed. And to be able to explain this, I will invite Nitin to share what is it that we have designed for our educators. And just to
Uh,
ensure that all of you are with us, if you can type in the chat box with you, just to know that you all are not sleeping. With you. Thank you. Thank you, Bharti. Thanks, Raki. Thanks, Ritvi. You are with us. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you for being with us.
good
Yeah.
evening, everyone. Raki, can you please share your
I'll
screen
share the
for
screen.
the
Yeah.
presentation?
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, I would just like everyone to
Ooh,
have a
my
quick
started.
reply uh, about why everyone wants to learn coding. Like, I have seen previous comments on saying that coding word actually made you a bit curious about attending this webinar. I would like to understand why you want to learn. Everyone, just type out whatever you think on the chat box. Quick 2 minutes. Okay, curiosity. Okay. Okay, so I think so. Arti Mishra have tried before. Need of an hour. We are moving from sheet to screen. Amazing. My children are learning coding, and when they describe me, I found it very interesting. Great, Sandhya. As for students are learning, so what get an insight because it's important. I like as a teacher too. Great, 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 great. Amazing, amazing. Okay, it's like exact response which I expected from the teachers. So as the industry is moving, okay, being very straightforward, industry is moving, jobs are changing, technology is getting changed from the working category to production category to development category. Each and every segment has been changing right now. Change in education is a is what which the government have came up right now, and our teachers should always be 2 steps ahead of what the students are going to ask. Am I right, everyone? Our teachers ourselves should be 2 steps ahead of the students who are going to ask the questions, right? So we should pace up ourselves, understanding how to implement. Don't see coding as a course, see coding as a tool. to apply it into different courses. Okay, so I'll start on a very quick basis. As you can see on the screen, we are sharing grade 1 and grade 2 coding champions. So what we have done is I'll just give you a short introduction about how the courses have been divided. So we have divided the courses into the grade wise. So basically, the teachers who are very much comfortable teaching grade 1 and 2 students, we have specifically designed grade 1 and 2 coding champions for them. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, it is more kind of animation based and making the learning fun. Like it's been very long that I've seen the teachers scribbling on the board with a chalk saying that okay, A for apple and B for ball. But nowadays children would be say A for apple is like not the fruit. They would come up with an apple phone, right? So this is what changes. So if we try to teach the same concepts that we usually teach last 5 years, last 10 years, we are teaching, but in the new form of tool that is using coding. We have designed the course in such manner. Great. So here what we have done is grade 1 and 2 grade coding champions, we have done duration is 10 sessions in which we are gonna teach the teachers how they can make their courses in a very much fun way for the kids even to understand, because visual understanding is like very much easier, child's grasp easier, and as well as they relate to things. So if you just talk to your child, like if anyone is more familiar with handling grade 1 and 2, if you'll say okay, this is a battery, okay, they'll go to home, they'll scribble all the electronic stuff and they'll find a battery, and next day they'll say ki, teacher, I found a battery. This is how visual impacts work. So similarly what we have done over here is all the courses that we are teaching, the subject wise, we can incorporate those concepts and teach the students using animation and block coding. Okay, so this is specifically for grade 1 and 2. Can we move to the next slide? Okay, so grade 3 and 4 here, as the child is maturing a bit more into understanding the concepts of science and maths as well. So here we focus majorly on the maths concepts, because grade 3 and grade 4 is the a grade where I feel especially that the kids maths understanding is a bit difficult. Sometimes the kid is facing some challenge in addition, subtraction, multiplication, or whichever operations they are doing during the maths, understanding the problem statement. If like xyz person is handling this much watermelon, xyz person is handling this much apples, they get confused because they can't visualize what they are reading. What we are going to teach the teachers in this 12 session is how they can let the child visualize these things, so whenever they read it, they understand, oh, this was done in my coding session where I actually made this kind of you know summation, or this kind of mathematical operations work. So this is what we have done in this 12 sessions. The child would be more into advanced block coding concepts, and as well as understanding how the mathematical operations work. Can we move to the next slide? Great. So this is very much like I believe everyone is very much familiar with the name White Hat Junior. Chintu ne app banaya, investors are running behind. Honestly, nothing happens like that. But yes, this is the course which is more a foundation course, you can call. Foundation course for what all things? Foundation course for the concepts that is learned in physics, chemistry, mathematics, science, the trajectory, uh, sensors. This is a combination of understanding how the devices work and how can you control them. So here in this course specifically for grade 5 and 6, we have developed 12 sessions for the teachers to develop their own applications. Okay, so I would like to spend like couple of minutes on this slide, having a conversation with the teachers. So I would like to ask a question. Teachers who are actually teaching in the schools or having the private tuitions, or or any senior authority in the school, I would like to ask, if you want to have a common, let's say if you're handling 4 grades at a time, okay, and you would like to have a weekly competitions of those 4 grades in terms of anything, maybe it is a craft, maybe it is a kind of origami, maybe it's a kind of painting, and you would like to have that update throughout the groups rather than using WhatsApp because it is more parental oriented. But can we develop a specific app named after the grade that you teach and have all activity being done in it. Will that sound interesting? Like specifically while you teach, you say to the students saying that, hey students, this is my application which I have designed, okay, and would like everyone to get involved in this so that we can have that communication. So this is a kind of one of the application of n number of applications that we can learn. So what we are doing over here is in this 12 sessions, we are exactly, I totally agree with hence it's yes, one umbrella is going to make our job easier. This is what I am actually trying to say. How Android application, or make it, developing an application creates that impact. So in these 12 sessions, we are going to teach the basics and fundamentals of developing own applications, where the teachers would be developing their applications and learning the concepts. Okay. So this is going to be a very interesting topic. And I believe, this is one of the topics that each of the teacher would like to learn. Can we move to next slide? Okay. So this is, we call as code grandmaster. Why? Because in this, the advancement of the course, that whatever we are learning is been matured, because the kids have also been matured. We are focusing majorly on grade 7, 8, 9, which are the coding champions. Okay. So what we do in this course is we introduce the most, you could say, it's like just whenever you say toothpaste, you remember Colgate, right? Whenever you say instant noodles, you remember Maggie. So whenever in software industry, or technical industry, you say coding, everyone says Python. So it is the cutting edge language been used all over. So what we are trying to do over here is trying to make that language so simple for the teachers to understand in such a manner that they actually implement it and understand how they can use this language to even control the robots, to develop their games, to understand how gaming works. Why? Because specifically this grade 7, 8, 9, these are the grades who are actually involved more into studies, more into extracurriculars, but game is one of the area where they love. And if the teachers make that gaming as a tool to make the concepts understand to the child, I believe it is the perfect way of teaching. Everyone agree to me on this? If you teach especially the grade 7 to 9 students using some kind of gaming thing, they will get involved. First point is, second thing, they would like to learn from themselves how did the teacher made this, and third is they would be asking questions, which in case indirectly their subject material has been taught. So here we'll be teaching the teachers these all concepts, especially using Python languages, which is very 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 easy. Okay, it is very very easy. So I believe I have covered grade 1 to grade 9. Can we move to the next? Exactly. I believe Rakhi, STEM courses.
Yes, so the STEM courses, of course, are different curated courses for especially the higher grade educators, the math educators, and also belonging to the higher space, K-12 space, where they would like to actually introduce this concept uh, to their learners, where what we do is, it's a 8 course where you will be able to explore what is how is it that the different electronic components work, and you will be given a kit where then you will also learn how to make your own electronic components or different devices, and then accordingly teach the same to your learners. So this is an advanced course which comes later on, or rather which comes especially for the K-12 educators, I would say grade 8 plus, where you would want to excel in this area and learn more, and also be able to, especially for those who want to start their own coding tuitions or their own coding academy, then this is something that I think you can take up as a course once you are done with coding, or side by side as well, to understand more about the STEM. What is it that how is it, what are the principles on which these electronic components work? So this is a course especially designed and curated for higher grade educators. And then when you are actually going to be building your academy, you are going to be you know facing a lot of roadblocks. Maybe you will, face a roadblock in terms of advertising yourself, or not knowing where to advertise, how to advertise, how do we reach out to. So, it's not that we will leave you in the lurch and you have to fetch for yourself. It's not going to be that way. So if you wish, you can even enroll for the Build Your Own Academy course, which is a short course to help you understand that, how is it that you can begin this journey, what is required by you, and what are the hacks, what is it that you can do in order to advertise yourself and get that extra edge over the other educators, coding educators who are already there. So that's something that, based on our experience and based on our research, that we have devised this, we have curated this course to help all those educators who want to build their own classes or who want to start their own academy, and but don't know how to do it. So that's something where, we were very sure that we will not only help them with, how it is to be done, but also, what are the actions that we need to take from time to time, in order to, just like we update ourselves with skills and knowledge, we also need to then, if we are running our own academy, be updated about what's happening in the industry and what is it that we need to do differently to be able to reach out and create that kind of value in whatever we are offering. So that's something that is uh, available for all the educators who wish to start their entrepreneurial journey, and with THT. So this is something that of course comes in along the way, and selected teachers also can then become mentors for students who can participate in national and international competitions, because coding, we all know there are loads and loads of competitions, in fact international competitions, which are organized from time to time. So the teachers would also get an opportunity to mentor students to create models and participate in these competitions. And there's this quote which is often being used, that everybody in the country should learn to program a computer because it teaches you how to think. I would not say we need to learn to program a computer, but I would say that every educator in this country should actually learn to invest in themselves, because that's something that is going to keep them going in this industry, if you want to stay in this industry, and if you want to continue teaching for the love of teaching. And also, we are going to be giving you a glimpse of how this entire coding, what we're talking about, coding platform, how is it that it works. So we also have Sarika from our team. Nitin, is Sarika around?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Sarika, hi.
Yeah,
Thank
hi.
you, Sarika, for joining. And I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I will share the rights with you so that you can show our audience, our educators, how the coding platform can be used in the most simplest of the simplest manner to create something really amazing in a very short, time. So if you could just give a glimpse in few minutes, that would really be appreciated.
Sure. I'll do
Yeah,
that. So I'm
share
going
the
to share
rights.
my
You can,
screen.
yeah, you can do that now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. First of all, hello everyone. I hope you all are having a good time. Yeah. So as whenever we think of coding, we always think of a black screen with colorful words on it, right? But trust me, coding is not just that. That is obviously a part of it. You can change the theme and make it look like that, but coding is not just that. Nowadays, coding has changed a lot. So over here, what you can see, is my screen visible?
Yep, yeah.
Mm, Okay, perfect. So over here, what you can see on my screen, this is a different type of coding. This is called blockchain coding or block-based coding. Okay. So in like generally in syntax-based coding, what we do is in the text-based coding, what we do is we type and we give the commands based on the features or based on the functions that are already there, that are pre uploaded on on that particular language, right? So over here, it's like they have, or the creators have converted those syntax, those pre-made commands, predefined commands into blocks. Okay, so over here, what you can see are the blocks. Why is it called blockchain? Because you can simply, based on what you want to make, how you want to make your project behave, or if you're making an animation or if you're making a game, how do you want the character to behave. That way you can actually you can think logically, you can create a flow, step by step flow, and then you can simply go over here, drag a block, drop, and chain them together in order to make them work in a specific way, right? Like over here, what you see, this cat, this is the character. Okay, I'm going to change it, I'm going to delete, and I'm going to change it. To take another one, I'll just take this ballerina. I kind of like this, and I'm going to take a background because white, no one likes plain background, right? So I'm going to take a concept. Okay, this is nice. So it is as simple as that. You just took a background, you just took a character, and I want this ballerina to dance. So what I'll do is I'll just go to the blocks, take a particular, first I'll function it. I'll create a logic that how do I want it to dance. So I want whenever I click on this flag, this girl should start dancing. Okay. So for that, I'll take a block called when green flag clicked, then I'll go to looks and I'll take next costume. So this next costume will basically change the way this ballerina, this girl looks. So over here, these are different costumes or different looks for this girl, right? So I'm just going to ask it to switch the costume whenever green flag is clicked. Okay. So now whenever I click the green flag, it will change the costume to something to the next costume, right? Now I'm clicking the flag again and again. I wanted to do this thing on its own continuously. So what I'll do, I'll just put a loop over it. So I'll go to control, I'll control the flow of code, and I'll take a block which says forever and put it over here. So when the flag is clicked, forever do what? Change the costume and make it way to it so that it'll be visible to us. Now when I click the flag, it'll just work on its own. Okay, let's add some sound also. So I'm just going to go to events, take flag click again, go to sounds, and let's choose a sound. So let's take a nice sound. Okay, like this one. So I'll just go to code now and I'll put that plays sound until done. I'm going to share my computer sound so that you all will be able to hear it. Okay, so when we click the flag, it will change the costume. It is changing the costume in every 0.2 seconds. It is changing the costume in every 0.2 seconds, and it is doing it forever. Also, the same way, when I click the flag, these two are going to work together. When I click the flag, it will play the music. So let's see. So this is how easy it is. You just need to structure your thoughts. You just need to structure your imagination and execute it over here. All the blocks, all the commands are over here. You just need to search for the correct command, structure it, chain it up, and run the code.
Wow, Sarika,
Okay,
I really didn't.
Yeah.
I really didn't know
Sorry?
that this entire frame can be created in less than like 5 minutes, where
Yeah,
you can
actually.
actually
So this
animate,
is
add sound, and add change costumes. So it's wonderful, and we couldn't hear the sound though.
okay. Sound was not okay.
No,
It's audible.
sound was audible. It was audible.
Okay, it was audible. Okay, maybe. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Now I could hear.
I'll
Yeah.
share a project. I would like to. Yeah, I would like to show you a project. So
Yeah,
this
that
one
would be
was
great.
quite an easy one. I actually made it in front of you only like in 5 minutes, right? So that was an animation. Over here, if you can see, this is a game. Okay, this one is a game. I'll just run it from here. It says when green flag is clicked, so I'll run it from here. Now wherever I take my cursor, this pumpkin is going to catch the candy. So right from stories, animations, you can create games, you can create quiz, you can do a lot of things. It just depends on your creativity or on how you know, create logic, how you can structure your imagination, and it can be done over here.
Wow. Are you showing us any other project? Ah,
Sure. I'll do. Sure, why not?
no, no, I
I'll
was just
just
asking. Yeah, because then we can,
um,
have uh, a session for Q&A if you're done.
that's okay. We can start with the session for Q&A. If anyone would like to see another project,
Can
I
we
can
have
show.
the heart
Like,
pump? Can we have the heart pump? I think so. Most of the
yeah,
teacher
sure.
would be love to understand how they can teach science using coding.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sure. So I'll just open the heart pump. So this one is actually more like a biology project in which so basically when I was in school, I was not very good in biology. I'll be very honest. I couldn't remember all the things like how the blood flows and which part is where. And I was like all I used to get all confused in biology. So over here, this is a small project which shows how blood flows through the heart. Okay, so I'll just click the flag and wait, I'll make it first. So do you know what the job of heart is? I'll say no. So heart pumps blood throughout the body. I'll show you how the heart functions. So over here, and now this blood is going to flow through each and every part of the heart, and the boy which is standing on the top right corner is going to explain it. So as Nitin already said, that it becomes more relatable for not just kids but for us also, when we can see things, right? We can relate to it more when we see things around us. So rather than just going staying on theory, if we can make it visual, if kids can visualize it, they tend to learn better.
Wow, this was awesome. Yeah. Yep, it really makes it visual. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how you can
Nowadays,
teach
yeah.
different subjects basically. This is how you can teach different subjects with programming as well. So it's not just coding, it is you can
Yep.
create visuals, and when kids make these, they'll learn it better.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Because
so
when they're given
yeah.
these projects also to make, they need to do some kind of research, and that's where the designing skills, the collaborative skills, the critical thinking skills, everything comes into space, and that's how they're able to create, different models and visuals. So yeah, yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, I completely agree. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing my screen now, and if anyone
Yeah,
has any questions, they can feel free to ask me. Yeah,
yeah.
any questions
In fact,
regarding coding or
the whole idea of showcasing this 5 minute practical exercise was to help everyone understand that coding is not where you will sit in front of the black screen and put those white symbols into your laptop or computers. Those that is of course the advanced language programming, Java, C plus, and I don't know what all. But these programs that we are teaching, they are basically worldwide taught in the same manner. I believe Scratch, MIT, all these platforms are global platforms to teach. And also, there are a lot of other academies, Coursera, Udemy, who are offering their courses. But the only difference that we have made in this course is that, of course, it's going to be live with a tutor, where you will be going step by step, learning how is it that you can make one screen, then the other, and then create your whole model. And at the end of it also, you will be having that hand holding to be able to teach your learners. So whenever you are stuck, you can come back, and there's going to be a support group, and there's going to be a separate support group for all the educators who take up the course, any level, any grade. So there's going to be a lot of support, because I believe that anything new that you embark on a journey, you need that kind of support until, of course, you become confident enough to move on your own, and then have things moving by yourself. So This was just to let each and every one of you know what is coding all about, what kind of activities, platform that will be used. And now, of course, any questions, then please, we'll be happy. This will be a certified course. It'll be, certificate will be in the name of THT. Yes, absolutely. And we also have a form which we will share on the WhatsApp group and also in the chat box. And I can put everyone on unmute so everyone can share your queries and ask. Yes, now you can unmute yourself and you can ask any queries. Certificate will be in the name of THT. Will it be eligible in any institution? Yes, as of now it will be in THT. And if you are a certified coding teacher, then we will be giving you a letter of recommendation based on your projects that you have done and submitted on a timely basis. And that letter of recommendation is something that you can show a particular school to probably get an entry as a coding teacher as well. Yeah. I have knowledge of Scratch. I teach in a school. Yes, the duration of every course is different. So it's on an average 10 to 12 session is what we have kept the duration for all our courses. Nitin, is that the correct duration? That,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
We are keeping 10 to 12 sessions, and each session would be 1 to 1.5 hour, nothing more than that.
yeah. And that is keeping in mind the interactive and also the small group that we are going to have, because when you begin coding you will need that kind of one-to-one, and then
Yes,
once
yes, yes.
you are advancing, then yes, it becomes easier.
Hence, I'm replying to your question. Yes, each course can be done independently, and that's why we have bifurcated into different grades. So we don't want every teacher to learn everything, like it is some exceptional teachers would like to do. And yes, laptop is compulsory because we'll be using different softwares, and we'll be doing it. So we have, hence again, will the sessions be online or
It'll be
pre?
live. It'll be
Okay,
live.
exactly. Each and every
Yeah,
session
Nitin.
would be online and it is not pre-recorded. What about pre-primary teachers? Are there any courses designed for them also? Okay, great. Pre-primary, we have something special, but let's see if we get good numbers of pre-primary teachers. I believe, Sarika, we have something for pre-primary teachers, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Pre-primary teachers, of course, though it is going to be exciting to take it in front of your young learners, but again, depending on the batch size, we will be able to run it. Yeah.
Yeah. Timing and the charges. Okay. So timing, mostly it would be Raki, I believe it is one in the
Saturday,
weekend.
weekends, yes,
Yeah.
and one is a weekday. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
charges.
there is a form that I'm sharing in the chat box, and I will also share it on our WhatsApp group. So you can all go through that form and read that form, because there's a lot of content of different courses which are put in that Google form. So read that content, and there's everything required that's mentioned about the course and the pricing. And since we are going to be beginning our first batch from 7th December, so we have already started enrollments and we have already started creating batches. And one batch will not have more than 10 to 15 educators. That's going to be the baseline to begin with, because we believe in giving that kind of attention, considering that we are making a beginning in the base courses. And then, of course, once we advance, yeah, it becomes easier. The timings would be as suggested. Weekdays there would be different timings, and weekends there would be different timings. It would be on Saturday evening and Sunday first half. Yeah, because we all understand that most of you may also have schools in the morning, so we have accordingly kept it that way. And also, depending on the batch size, we can even change the timing once we create a batch. Yeah. So we have our two mentors. We have Nitin and Sarika, who are, Nitin, if you can give a brief background, and
Sure,
along with
sure, sure,
Sarika.
sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure. So, even like me and Sarika, we have been getting in touch with the children since last 3.5 to 4 years, and especially into engineering colleges, IB schools, IG schools, CBSE, and even state board schools. We've been having very major communication with them regarding coding, and even mentoring the students to participate into national and international competitions. So uh, it is not only about the coding, because when we go to the international competitions, we look at the kind of level international students have and what kind of mentorship the school presents. So basically what happens is, when we go to internationals, we see a coding teacher specifically from their school coming and mentoring their children. But in India it is different. It is like some or the other institutions are actually getting involved and they are teaching the students and then taking it over there. But why aren't the schools are taking it? Why don't we want our schools to actually why we actually want our schools to represent nationally or internationally? So that's what we focus majorly on, like mentoring the students. Not only coding, we have like n number of options available. It is into designing. We have been teaching designing as well to the students, but it is on a very different level. So here, mentors definitely, not only we both, but there are different mentors who are seniors who have been in touch with the kids for each and every coding course that we are actually offering to you. They have been doing this since last 3 to 4 years as well, and specifically for the IB, IG, CBSE, and even state board schools. So it is going to be a fun learning this concept.
Yep. And also my own son learned from Nitin. So that's Nitin and Sarika. So that's something that, uh, you know, it was so made so simple and made so interesting that I felt that, yes, you guys have to come with us and teach our educators and make it that simple as much as you made it for my child to learn. And it was just that I have a younger one who is 6 year old, and my younger one would just be hanging around my elder one and seeing what he's doing and what kind of visuals he's making. And and he got so interested just by looking at my elder son that he used to sit by himself on the laptop and create some kind of visuals using the Scratch platform. So that is the kind of interest that even a 6 year old child gets attracted to. Even though there was no formal training given to my younger one, he was so attracted that he would just sit for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, he would just explore, and we would just allow him to explore and let him create whatever he wants to create. And he would feel happy at the end that he created something, because it was just putting together things and boom, it kind of works for you. So that's how simple this team has made it for my son. And that's what we decided to take it forward and do it for our own educators who have been asking us a lot of questions about coding, and finding out from where is it that they can learn. So yes, at THT, it is always our educators' request is something that we take up and we bring to them and fulfill their request. And so in case you would like to pass on this information to your fellow educators, then please do so. Help us to reach out to more and more. We will also be having another orientation next week, which we will be announcing the dates. And meanwhile, I will make the changes. It's not 15th November, it's 7th December that the course begins with. I will make the change in the form. Thank you so much for bringing to my notice, Aarti. Yep. Yeah, please let us know if there is a group of teachers who's interested. Then we can even get into the group. We can even have a session only for that particular group, for that particular school. So even if your school is interested, then you can get in touch with us. You have our numbers, you have our email IDs, and we will be more than happy to give a presentation orientation even to your school principal if the need arises for that as well. So yes, please do refer this. And there is a buddy offer which is mentioned that if you bring along a friend to do the course, then there is a discount available. So that is also available. So if you bring more teachers, yes, definitely the learning gets more stronger because you have your friend with you. And at the same time, you are eligible for a discount. Why not? Yeah. That's the buddy offer that we have always been running for all our courses. Thank you, Aarti. Yeah. Any other questions regarding the course, regarding the material? Laptop is necessary. Yes, there a desktop or a laptop. You won't be able to do coding from your phone. Sarika, would a notepad be okay? A tablet or an iPad be okay to learn coding?
Uh, Tablet can work, but not mobile, because see, the screen
Not
needs to
mobile.
be big
Yeah,
enough for them. Yeah,
absolutely.
screen needs to be big enough.
Absolutely. So advisable to have your own desktop or laptop in place. Any version of software that is required, Windows 10 or anything like that?
No, not as
No,
such.
not as such. Yeah,
Okay, no software requirement as such, just a laptop.
Yeah.
yeah, just the
Great.
laptop.
So I
No,
don't need
and
to
I think
upgrade or
so.
anything.
One more thing is missing, I guess. That enthusiasm of the teachers to learn and to implement, that is required the most, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. The willingness to learn,
Yeah.
to be a part, and to actually complete the course, because many of us do take up the course in that enthusiasm. But yes, so we are sharing this link, and I will rectify the link and I will share it again in the WhatsApp group. And Nitin, what do you suggest that those who are able to maybe enroll by tomorrow, should we have some additional discount for them?
Uh, Discount, I would suggest look like consider this as a tool, not as a course. Again, when I mentioned this is a tool, you can apply it to any course you choose.
Okay.
You choose computer, you would like to be a computer teacher, you can apply this tool over there. If you want to be a biology or chemistry teacher, you can apply this tool over there. So whatever the charges is, definitely we have mentioned, I guess, and we are
Yeah.
giving at the very simplest, very not the cheapest I could call, because the kind of delivery we are doing, what we are looking forward is to, once a teacher understands, she might teach the students who are actually need to learn. Because what we see is it shouldn't be the education that we are offering, it shouldn't only be for the top IB schools, right? Because it should be even to the kids who is just staying beside you. Why can't he learn that? And if a teacher learns it, she can price anything, maybe whatever is the simplest for her, but the kind of delivery that we shall be giving, not only regarding the course but also uh, how to teach online. There's a very big difference when we teach physically and we teach, handling 40 groups of students on the online format is a very different thing. So what are the tips, what are the tricks, so this offer we are giving only for the first 15 teachers who are registering.
Yeah.
So the
So we
first,
had the
yeah,
course fee mentioned in the form, where grade 1 and 2 is 2,500, 3 and 4 is the same price. Then grade 5 and 6 becomes a little higher, it's 3,000. But of course, we have the buddy offer, where you get 200 off on the total course amount if you get a buddy with you. And then we have the festive offer that's going on, which is flat 500 off. And that's valid not till November 15th, because that is already over. That was for the previous form, but that is valid till at least the 29th of November. Is that fine, Nitin? If we
yeah,
make it
yeah,
valid till
surely,
the
surely.
29th?
Yes,
Lovely.
surely.
So we have that changed, and we have that valid till the 29th of November, the festive offer. And that is something that will help more and more educators to take advantage of this offer before the next batch begins. So
Exactly, sure.
so I have already shared the Google form, and I will make the change in the date. I have shared the price range for the course, and all you need to do is fill up the form and get in touch with us, and we will start immediately from 7th of December. Yeah.
Yes, this is just like last thing for the teachers that we are having. Don't look this as a kind of course again. Look this as a tool where you are, investing some, like this is the simplest, this is the most reasonable pricing that you will get in the market, especially Indian. Okay, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
look at the kind of returns you're getting on this investment. You as a teacher is in touch with more than 40 to 50 students. Out of 40 to 50 students, if 5 students also starts this course, especially from you, taking the kind of mentorship from our end, there's a big returns you will be getting. The kind of investment you're doing right now, you might be earning like 10x or maybe 5x more than that. So we don't want to show you the the money picture, because yes, obviously it's gonna come. Coding is gonna be like next 5 years, 10 years, it is gonna be there. So no worries about that. But what we are more focusing on to is the teachers should be answerable to the questions the students would give, basis of the coding. We don't want our teachers to be blank when they learn coding and they can't answer the kind of, as you can see on Google, there's more kind of bluff going on. That is the kind of difference that we are more focusing, and that kind of attention we would like to give. So I would love to have almost the number of teachers who have been participated, everyone over there, and rest of the thing. Thanks for the evening today.
Yep. Yes, Raki, if you're taking 2 courses, then you get 500 off on every course. So if you're taking a course which is priced at 2,500, then you need to pay 2,000 and not 2,500. And if you're taking a course that is priced at 3,000, then you need to pay 2,500 and not 3,000. So that's how you need to club your courses and pay the required amount, deducting 500 as a festive discount from every course that you wish to take it up. And the only request would be to please, when you're filling up the form, provide the correct number, because we will be creating a WhatsApp group for all those who participate and enroll, so that at that moment, we don't go hunting that, oh my God, we don't have this educator's contact details. So please give us the right contact details so that we can add you to the group for once you enroll with us. And with this, we would like to end today's session. And I hope that you will be able to share this learning with your fellow educators and also help us reach out to schools. Because I believe that, some of the schools have already approached us to take coding into their classrooms for their learners, and they need teachers. So this is our way of creating, a resource of teachers where we can then also suggest the schools that we are working with to appoint the teachers that we are training through our Code with THT course. So it's going to be a circle which is going to be completed. So once you take up the course, there are also going to be opportunities where you can not only begin your own journey, but you can also have a recommendation given to work in a particular school. So please help us to reach out and share with your fellow educators about this orientation that happened today. We are also going to come up with one more orientation, which is going to be the last orientation before we begin with our course. And until then, take care. And I think I already answered about can you get a job? Yes, definitely. We are looking at more teachers taking up this course so that the schools that we work with, we are able to give them recommendations. Yes, you can definitely count on that. Yeah. So thank you everyone for being there till the end and listening to us patiently. You all have been really good patient with us, and I hope that we have answered all the queries that you all had. Anything that you would like to get in touch with us, we have the THT helpline number, we have our email details. Please feel free to write back to us and to get connected again in case there's any other query that pops up in your mind after we end this session. So Nitin and Sarika, is there anything you would like to share before we end?
Thank you everyone for spending their time, especially on weekends, and getting in touch with us.
Yep. Thank you. Truly appreciate. And we shall see you soon on the other side in the course. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.